Okay, here Dorothy is seeing the Tin Man. And of course we know he doesn't have a heart. The Tin Man represents like the stony heart. You you don't have a heart towards Christ. You don't have really a heart for sympathy or anything like that. Your heart gives you sympathy. Your heart gives you the feelings that you need to represent God, Jesus Christ. And he has no heart. Here they're talking about the oil can. Oil represents the Holy Spirit. But the oil, you need the oil to lighten yourself on God's point. On this one, the oil is represented of being able to move and to be not to be so stiff because he has been in the rain. And the rain is like being baptized in the wrong way. You can get the good and the bad out of every movie if you look for it. But Satan deceives us and tries to put everything that God has done in the wrong way. I want you to notice here that there is nothing in the can to oil anything. It's false hope. It's false. There's nothing in the oil can at all. Here we go into the Tin Man singing. He says that he could be kind and gentle if only he had a heart. But he does not have a heart. So therefore he's saying, I am not kind, I am not gentle. And here he brings up the boy with the arrow, which is Cupid, which is another false god. Okay, now he's talking about how your heart can be jealous, and your heart brings on jealousy and all. So there's mixed confusion is what he is singing about. And they're saying that if he had a heart, that he could stay young. This kind of heart, I don't think I would want, because I want to be able to go ahead and grow old, pass on, and go on to heaven, and not have a stony heart, the one that they are portraying in this show. So here we have the Tin Man with no heart, and he doesn't know which way that he should go. This is another subliminal messaging saying that you need to lean one way or the other. If he was supposed to be cutting down trees with axes and stuff, if you look at this one, it is freshly cut. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right here in the corner, right here. And then we have more that are here too. So they're not freshly cut. And it looks like we got something right back in here, but I'm not quite for sure what it is. It could be like a gateway or something. I'm not really for sure what that could be. Okay, this right here is kind of a weird one. These flowers right here, on Halloween, they would use these flowers back in the olden days to ward off evil. But yet we have evil right here. So therefore, history shows that it is not um, not Drew, and right up in here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we have a face right here. And we have another face right here, right in this area. If you can see it moving around right here. We have a face. And then we have another face over in here. Like a snowman looking thing. Can you see them on the screen here? They're hard to see and to capture. And right here we have something too, and I'm not quite for sure what it is. It's like too small to see it. But there we have that one. Now here, the man with no heart and the man with no brain is saying, I'm going to make sure you make it to the wizard, to the false god. So, is the thing here the smart way to go? I think if we follow Jesus Christ, then we would make it to the promised land that he has offered us. She's saying, feels like I have known you all the time. That's called familiar spirits. That's why it feels that way to her. So there you go with that one. Okay, on this one, I want you to keep an eye back here in this area. You're going to see the man, the director, hang himself back here because of all the stress that was put on him of making this movie just perfect, just right, the way they wanted it. So keep an eye back there. You see him swing? So there they are, chasing the money god again, the gold. So here we are in the woods now. The lions and tigers and bears, oh my. In the Bible, it talks about the lion of Judah, the tiger, and the bear. So if you read your Bible, which I'm going to leave this one open and let you go search these out for yourself. But the lion, the tigers, and the bears, oh my. She's talking about how the forest is dark and creepy. So is the lion, the tiger, and the bear. Okay, now, when the lions and tigers and bears start showing up in the world, if you notice right here, the yellow brick road is all messed up. It has dirt and everything all over it. This is saying that the economy is not going to be good. And if you look at the world today, the economy is not doing so good everywhere. We are in darkness in the woods, and we don't know what's going to happen with the economy right now. But we'll just keep on pressing on, and if you love Jesus Christ, you'll keep everything on his side. Okay, here we have the lion, which has no courage. If we look at it, we all need courage to go on. But the tiger has no courage. If we look at it, pretty well much all of us is running out of courage. It's like the straw man. When you are born, you become a straw man. You have no heart. And then you run out of courage because you have been indoctrinated so much into this world's way of the gold, the money. you got green, lots of green here that's showing money and the nature. The nature, you have, the nature is not nature anymore. It's plastic. It's not real. You're living in a dream world because God did not want this to happen to us. Okay, the old lion wants the Tin Man with no heart to get up and fight. So if you keep on going, you're going to see that they all become friends. And he is a coward. The lion is a coward because he cannot have the courage to continue on. This is people that's like, I'm sorry to say, but like the atheists. And because they don't want to take the courage to get into God's Word and see what God actually has to say about who He is and who they are. Now here we have Dorothy, with the ruby slippers on, of course, smacking the lion, putting the lion in place, the one with no courage. And he will humble himself to her, which is the one that has the ruby slippers on, the blood and the Holy Spirit. Which, of course, I want y'all to realize that these things are all symbolic, and there are things that you need to think about, and what is in movies. These symbologies, believe it or not, is in your mind, and you will understand what they are meaning if you take the time to learn them, because they're all important. Alright, here he's saying, why don't you count sheep? Alright? Why don't he count sheep? Because he's afraid of them. He's afraid of the sheep. Remember, God's going to separate the sheep from the goat. And so he is afraid of God's people. Now they're fixing to go to the wizard, to the false god, to try to get him courage. Alright, now the lion is doing his thing. And he is saying that he's a sissy. He's saying that he is just a dandelion. So, I hate to put it this way, and I'm not for sure that it's really what it's trying to say, but my picturing it is saying that this is a man lion, and he is seeing things of a woman. I think that's the best way for me to put it. And here we go into the barren land once again. And look at the yellow brick road. How it looks all messed up. It's in chaos. Messed up. The money, we don't know how the money is going to be working. And we're all wondering about the economy collapse and all.